In this video, we're going to talk about adverb clauses and how to use them. Using adverb clauses is a great way to improve your academic writing, especially for essays. First of all, let's talk about what an adverb is. An adverb gives more information about how, when, where, or why something was done. An adverb describes or explains more clearly an adjective, another adverb, or a verb. They usually answer the following questions: when, where, why, how, as well as under what conditions and to what degree. An adverb can be used alone or as an adverb phrase, or as an adverb clause. Here's an example of a sentence using a single adverb. She walked quietly. Here's an example of an adverb phrase. She walked like a cat. And here's an example of an adverb clause in a sentence. She walked as if she didn't want to be discovered. All of these describe how she walked. The difference with an adverb clause is that it includes a subject and a verb. In our last example, the subject and verb are the words she didn't want. If there is not a subject and a verb, then it is only an adverb phrase, not an adverb clause. Adverb clauses are dependent clauses. An independent clause can be a sentence all on its own, but a dependent clause cannot. Adverb clauses need to use something that we call subordinating conjunctions. Here are some subordinating conjunctions that are used in adverb clauses. Let's look at a few adverb clause examples. When the weather is cold, people use various methods to stay warm. In this sentence, the adverb clause is made up of the words when the weather is cold. The conjunction is the word when. You can see the subject and verb. Weather is. Here's another example. He likes to read the newspaper after he eats his dinner. The clause here is after he eats his dinner. And the conjunction is the word after. The subject and verb are he eats. Because she was sick, she had to go to the hospital. The adverb clause is because she was sick, and the conjunction is the word because. The subject and verb of the clause are the words she was. Here's one more. Although it was getting late, he was not ready to leave. The clause is although it was getting late, and the conjunction is the word although. The subject and verb in that clause are the words it was. Now there's one more thing we need to be very careful of when we write adverb clauses. When the adverb clause comes at the beginning of the sentence, you must add a comma before you write the rest of the sentence. In this second example, the adverb comes at the end of the sentence, so it does not need a comma. But our next sentence does come at the beginning of the sentence, so we will need to add a comma before writing the rest of the sentence. And the same with our last example. All right, let's start looking at some examples of how to use these adverb clauses that answer the question, when. Here are some of the words that will answer the question, when. When the weather is cold, people use various methods to stay warm. The main sentence here are the words, people use various methods to stay warm. When do people use various methods to stay warm? When the weather is cold. This is our adverb clause. In this case, we're using the conjunction when. We can also write the same sentence in this way, putting the adverb clause at the end of the sentence. People use various methods to stay warm when the weather is cold. But as you can see, there's no comma needed for the second sentence because the adverb clause is at the end of the sentence. Here's another example. After the profits increased, they were able to reinvest more funds into new products. The main sentence is, they were able to reinvest more funds into new products. When were they able to reinvest? After the profits increased. The conjunction used here is the word after. Here are a few more examples using adverb clauses that answer the question when. While they were away, the sales dropped drastically. The main sentence is, the sales dropped drastically. When did they drop? While they were away. The conjunction here is the word while. Before making the adjustments, their success rates were minimal. Their success rates were minimal is the main sentence here. And when was their success minimal? Before making the adjustments. The conjunction used here is the word before. Let's look at some adverb clauses that answer the question where. They needed to find a parking lot where they had parked the car. The main sentence is, they needed to find the parking lot. They needed to find a parking lot where? Where they had parked the car. The president always succeeds wherever he goes. The president always succeeds is the main sentence. And where does he always succeed? Wherever he goes. Here are some adverbs that answer the question why. Because the results were not acceptable, the experiment had to be adjusted. The main sentence is, the experiment had to be adjusted. Why did it have to be adjusted? Because the results were not acceptable. The conjunction is the word because. The manager arrived early in order that he could help the production crew. The manager arrived early is the main sentence. And why did the manager arrive early? In order that he could help the production crew. The words in order that are the adverbs here. Here are a few more. The factory always produced good products so that it would maintain a good reputation. The main sentence is, the factory always produced good products. Why did they produce good products? So that it would maintain a good reputation. This is the adverb clause. The problem could not be solved since he was not available. The problem could not be solved is the main sentence. And why could it not be solved? Since he was not available. Now let's look at some adverb clauses answering the word how. Making a profit is not difficult, provided that you have a good plan in place. Making a profit is not difficult is the main sentence. Making a profit is not difficult. How? Provided that you have a good plan in place. It appears as if there will be no problems. It appears is the main sentence. How does it appear? As if there will be no problems. And just a few more. The results will be accepted insofar as they fit the criteria. The main sentence is, the results will be accepted. How will they be accepted? Insofar as they fit the criteria. They would not extend the deadline unless their demands were met. They would not extend the deadline is the main sentence. And how would they not extend the deadline? Unless their demands were met. So as you can see, there are many ways to write adverb clauses. Remember, you will need to use a subordinating conjunction to write the adverb clause. I also have another video about noun clauses and how to use them that you might want to watch. Your academic writing will improve as you use adverb clauses correctly in your writing. Happy writing!